Hi everyone, welcome back to BS Rambles, and today I want to answer a very common question, and that is, who should you ban? I'm going to answer that by giving you bans to use that will have you winning more games in the form of a list of heroes to use your first 2 bans on. These are heroes that can have such a heavy impact on a game that you are better off just removing them as a factor to give yourself a more fair shake at winning. I will give you a few extra heroes on this list so that you can use your own judgment and preferences to decide who you think you should ban, and just use this list as a guide to narrow those options down. I'm not going to touch on who you should use your 3rd ban on, because that ban should be based on what heroes have been drafted up to that point, and by that time there are so many factors involved that it just varies too much to cover in this video. I'll get things rolling with the number 1 hero that I ban, and that is Garrosh. Garrosh's ability to flip people is just too strong to let through the draft. The unfortunate reality is that you will have teammates that will get flipped and killed, and what's worse is that usually this happens at the start of the game, resulting in an immediate disadvantage, which can be very frustrating. So save yourself and your team that frustration and just get rid of him. Second on this list is Osman. Following his rework, he grew in popularity and power, rocketing him up to pick or ban status at high levels of Hero League. He has just been nerfed a bit, but we are still going to ban him for the same reasons that we did before. He has all the lane presence of a true specialist class, constantly creating pressure across the map. But what is unique is his ability to do this with massive range, and his ability to contribute to teamfights as well. Because he has strong teamfight, almost global presence, and strong lane pressure, Osman is one of the most difficult heroes to play against, and if your team isn't highly organized, you'll find that you're getting easily outmaneuvered on the map, which will have you at a constant disadvantage for any engagements in the game. We will spare ourselves from that mess and just get rid of them. Third on the list, I'm going to recommend banning Genji. Genji is just difficult to play against. He's one of the most mobile heroes in the game, which allows him to dart in and deal heavy damage to the backline and escape unscathed. A good Genji just has too much potential to harass your backline, so unless you have drafted something to peel for your squishy teammates like a taunt Varian, it's best to just get rid of him altogether. What's worse is that because of Genji's reset mechanic and his ability to chase players down, he's a hero that can turn a close game into a stomp. Often a team losing a teamfight can disengage with most players still alive, but if Genji's on the other team, it's very likely that he can come in and clean up the remaining kills, snowballing the loss. Frankly, we can ban Tracer as well for all the same reasons, but because Tracer seems to not get picked as often as Genji, I would recommend banning Genji over Tracer. But if you have a special hatred for Tracer over Genji, feel free to ban her instead, or just ban them both. Fourth on the list, I'm going to recommend banning Whitemane. Since her release, she has proven herself to be a hero that can carry games with her immense output. She puts up damage and healing numbers that other supports can't compare to right now, providing both sustained and burst healing while contributing to her team's damage output has risen her to pick or ban status, and I highly recommend you ban her before she gets picked. Last on the list is going to be Raynor. Following his rework as well as the tweaks that followed on August 22nd, his damage output is still crazy high. Combined with his long range, he can be very difficult to deal with. He's also extremely easy to play, which means that he has an extremely high likelihood of being picked if he does make it past the ban phase. You might be surprised I waited until the end of this list to ban Raynor given his popularity, but personally I don't even ban him anymore because I think that the counterplay to Raynor is actually quite easy. He's basically an auto attack turret. He has low mobility and low utility, which gives him very few options against heroes with high armor and blinds, which means that heroes like Cassia and Johanna can completely shut him down. But if you don't have confidence that your team will be able to successfully counter Raynor, then his damage can be oppressive, so just go ahead and get rid of him. And there you have it everyone, that's my list of heroes to use your first 2 bans on. Picking any 2 of these 5 heroes will be a solid and easily justifiable decision that will hopefully help to increase your success in game. Drafting is so important in Heroes of the Storm that anytime you get the opportunity to ban, you should make the most of it to help your team's success. I really hope you enjoyed the video and found it valuable, and if you did, please leave a like on it or share it so more people can see. Lastly, if you want to see more of my videos, please do subscribe to my channel. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and have a great week.